Alright, today I'm going to do more of an unboxing video. This is because I don't have time to build it today. I'll probably get around to that in the next couple of days, and I'll film that too. This is a U.S. Rockets dual 18mm rear eject, number 0000. U.S. Rockets is a much smaller rocket company than, say, Quest or Estes. But they do some things kind of weird. Well, they don't do them weird. They do them better, actually, I think. Except for packaging. I think the packaging is kind of dull. But they do have some pretty cool things under the specifications. They give you the drag coefficient and the center of pressure. They give you an estimate on how long it's going to take to build and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. And it's actually a pretty cool rocket design, too. It's got almost two strap-on, they look like strap-on boosters, but they're actually permanently attached. Those are where the motors actually go, so it's a two-engine cluster. That alone is pretty cool. And then those vent into the center tube and push the parachute out the bottom. So this doesn't actually split into two, and you can see the actual picture with the parachute going out there. So I'm going to tear it open and see what's actually inside of it. It looks like it's just stapled shut, so I should just be able to pull it apart and pull out the stuff. The body tubes have very, very tight spiraling. You can still see it, though. It's not quite as tight as the Apogee ones, but still very good. These are very thick-walled, too. This is much sturdier than even the Apogee ones. And as I suspect, we get a couple of these. Looks like some couplers in there. A plug. We get couplers. So it looks like we probably have to cut one of those tubes. I don't know. The nose cone has the bulkhead with a hole in it already, and that's actually glued on there already. So I guess that means we don't have to weight these. But it looks like a good nose cone. I can't see really a seam on it, so it must be blown. It's a little rough near the edge here, but that's alright. That's just a little bit of sandpaper. Pull out the rest of the parts here. Oh no, looks like we don't have to cut that. Again, another nose cone, same thing. We have the tubes for the side boosters, which are identical to the longer main body tubes, except for they're shorter. The centering rings for the engine, and of course made out of the same material as the engine mount. That's actually a little thinner. That's actually easier to kind of squish than this, which is alright. The engine tube will be held pretty rigidly by these rings, and be reinforced by the engine itself as well. The third nose cone. This looks like it's the main nose cone because it's different. It's actually got an end on it, and I'm betting that pops off. And yeah, I've seen. Nope, that is actually attached. I have no idea what that is for. It looks like it's about the diameter of a coupler. No, it's not. It's the diameter of a tube. So I have no idea what this little piece is for. We'll read the instructions and find out. Another engine mount tube. Excuse me, my voice has kind of been going. The fins come pre-cut completely, and they're just taped together. But one of the really cool things about this, especially for like I think I paid $25 for this kit, so it's a two-engine cluster with the engines on the side boosters. It's rear eject. It's got a lot going for it. It's cool, and it comes with actually plywood fins. So these are, I believe they're aircraft-grade plywood, because you don't get them this thin. And that's, man, I don't even know, at 3/32, maybe thinner, a 1/16 of an inch. But plywood fins are super sturdy, and these are actually quite a bit stiffer than even like 1/8 inch balsa. So, and they're very, very smooth on the outside. So very, very little finishing work has to be done on these. If any. I don't even know if I have to sand. I probably have to sand these just so the glue will stick, but that's it. That's very nice. And let's see what else. Whoops. We have an eye bolt for the shot cord. And we have what looks to be a Kevlar shot cord. This is probably 200-pound test. It looks a little thin to be 300-pound test, which is what I normally get from Apogee myself, and I just was building a rocket that way. So that is very, very nice. I don't know how long it is. Let's figure that out. It's already got a knot in the end to stop it from fraying. And this has got to be 3 feet long. Maybe a meter. It's doubled. You could probably get that. Yeah, so that is really nice. It's knotted on both ends to stop it from fraying. So far, every piece in this kit has been really high quality. And I think that's it for parts. What do we got here? Oh, alright, so it is a cluster. And it comes with not clip whips, which is kind of but I mean, most people don't even, when you buy a cluster, you don't even get extra wires to actually wire it up. But these are just wires that you'll attach to the alligator clips on your launch system, and then they split out into 2 things you wrap around the igniters. It makes it a little easier if you're using Estes style igniters. I use clip whips, and I'll probably do a video showing you how to actually make clip whips. They're very, very easy, very, very cheap to make. And we've got a shiny metallic parachute. I'm not going to open it up right now because I think you have to punch holes in this one. Oh no, this one is. Nope. This one, yeah, you have to punch holes through the center of the ring and build the parachute. But a nice shiny metallic parachute. This is probably Mylar. It is this shiny metallic stuff. Anything that's shiny or fluorescent or orange is very, very easy to see when it's coming down. It'll catch the sun. It'll glint light off it, and it makes it very, very easy to see. This is a very, very nice parachute. Mylar is also very lightweight too, so if you're doing competition stuff, Mylar can be very good for parachute duration. And I think that's just about it. They have a motor installation information packet, which includes not only how they like to do like composite motors and regular motors. So you have like a regular motor here. This is a composite motor over here. How they mount them, how they like to mount them. And on the back it shows how they do multi-stage rockets. Or down here is multi-stage rockets. And even cluster rockets, how they like to do that. So that's actually pretty cool. Not just a little shove the rocket in there. And it explains all the pieces and parts too. So let's put that down. And then the instructions themselves. I have not looked at the instructions yet, so I don't know how good they actually are. I'm going to keep the bag actually. Oops. We get stickers. US Rocket stickers. And those are stickers, not water slide decals. Which means they're more likely to end up on the rocket by me, because I hate dealing with water slide stuff. Alright. So it gives you a parts list on one side, beyond the fold. And then that front part is what I've already shown you from what you see in the packet. It seems to have decent pictures. to show you where to make your cuts and so forth. It does use specific names for each of the tubes, which is kind of nice because it doesn't have a huge number of pictures. So you see this BT9-12. I don't think that's BT is body tube. It's what Estes calls theirs too, but Estes' sizes are different. These look like 24 millimeter tubes. So in Estes, this would be like a BT50 or maybe a BT55. I can never keep them straight. But this is a BT9, and then the dash is the length of the tube. So there are BT9-5, BT9-12. I have no idea what the 9 means. And then we have PNC-3. And then there's one that says with nose cone, or W nose cone, and then, or two of them say W nose cone, and one just says nose cone in there. 4 fins. Yeah, they do give a name for everything that's in there. They even list on the parts list. This is actually kind of funny. Where did I see it? Oh, no, never mind. That's for the engine instructions. I was going to say, if they listed the instructions on the parts list, duh, it's in your hands. It doesn't look like it's incredibly thorough. So you probably, yeah, it's not showing whole pictures. It's just showing little brief sections of how to do stuff. Yeah, it is a Kevlar line. Yeah, it seems, I don't know, they're straightforward, but it's, you really have to kind of know a little bit about what you're doing to do this. These are a little bit less explicit. They don't have a fin guide template in here, so that's kind of odd. At least I don't, oh no, they do have a fin alignment guide. They have the you place the tube on it and then you mark the bottom of the tube. I prefer the wraparound type, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Yeah, it's not the best instructions, but they are complete. They're just light on pictures. It looks like it was done somewhat fairly cheaply, like the packaging and so forth. But really, I mean, these are really quality components. So they save money on the packaging. They saved a little bit of money on the instructions to really deliver plywood fins on a $25 model. You know, it's got 3 nose cones. These are kind of expensive parts to do this with. I mean, you compare the complexity with this with another, like a $25 model from Estes, which would be like, I think the Big Daddy is there. What other ones? The Renegade D, I think, is up around $20-25. Those are bigger rockets, but they still are using like balsa fins. They're still using a plastic parachute, not a Mylar parachute. They're using the elastic, not the Kevlar. So I think I've got some good things. The one thing that isn't here is motor mount stuff. So the instructions actually call for you to use the masking tape method, which means the motor sticks out about a 1/2 inch and you just wrap masking tape around the motor and the motor mount tube to keep the motor in. That works perfectly fine. Personally, I prefer using an engine hook for 18 millimeter. Screw-on tops are You can get them from Rocketarium, but I mean, you're paying an awful lot of money for an aluminum screw on top for an 18mm engine rocket. When both the engine hook method and the masking tape method are perfectly fine. You get inch wide or even 3/4 inch wide masking tape. Wrap it around once or twice. I mean, that's what all the contest rockets I see are doing that, so they can save weight. It's more than secure enough, and it's not too much of a hassle. It's just you may end up with peeling paint around the engine mount tube and stuff like that. I will probably add engine hooks if I can find some around here, simply because I just like the simplicity of putting it in and being done with it. I think that's going to conclude the, unboxing, unbagging of this rocket and what I think of the parts that I've received. I will build it probably in the next couple of days. I'll shoot that, and then I'll give a full review of the kit probably at the end of this week or so, or Saturday of next week. Until then, like if you like this video and subscribe if you like a lot of my videos. I'll see you in the next video.